guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'd like to do a video to tell new agents how to really get started. I still remember when I first got my license, I was just so overwhelmed. I was excited and I'm like, I'm gonna make money. And I was doing so much research online and on YouTube all the time, searching tips for new real estate agent. So I think the first thing that's definitely that's important for new agents is to set up all your social media account. So the first one is definitely Zillow account, because you have to imagine where your audience is going to be. They're going to be on Zillow. So you have to set up a Zillow account, and every time you had a transaction or even a rental where people end up not renting or buying it with you, still ask them and hunt them down for those reviews. And make sure your bio on your Zillow is definitely on fleek, and they show your personality, they show who you really are. Just make them really, special. So the second thing is definitely, before you even start real estate, doing real estate, when you're even taking the real estate courses, make sure you set up your YouTube account. So I know when I first started my YouTube, it's a pain to set up the channel art, banner and everything. I did a lot of research, but definitely when you have the time, you set up the YouTube as well. Why I think YouTube is super essential is because YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world. So people post videos on there all the time. They search solutions. So imagine if you have a prospect or client who's thinking about moving to your city. The first thing that they're going to go on YouTube is to search moving to, for example, my area, Philadelphia. So 5 reasons why I should move to Philadelphia, or how to sell a house in Philadelphia. All those keywords are very important for people to search, and once they found your video, you are going to be the go-to real estate agent that they are going to find. So the third platform I think is important to set up is obviously your Instagram account. So I made a separate video talking about how to grow your Instagram followers. I'll leave the link down below, and definitely also your business page for Facebook as well. So the second step, once you get your license, it's very important for you to study all these things that I'm going to list down below. The first thing is role play. I think role play is extremely important because when you're role playing, it's like you're practicing the actual conversation that you're going to have with the potential buyer and seller. So there are so many things that could go wrong. That's why you need to role play with different people. So where can you find those role play person or agents? A lot of experienced agents, they might not want to do role play just because they think it's a waste of time. So definitely spot any new agents that just like you, who just went to the same brokerage as you did. Talk to them and see, hey, would you be open to role play with me every day for like an hour? Or when you went to your real estate courses, you happen to have the contact with the person that took the class with you. You call the person back, be like, hey, would you like to role play with me since now we have our license? So that's definitely a good way to practice. And the second thing is objection handler. So if you go on YouTube, you can find so many videos that talking about objection handler. A very classic one is when you're talking to for sale by owners, they will say, okay, you can just bring me a buyer. And then obviously, the objection handler that you can say with that question is, if I end up finding you a buyer, my best interest will be working for that buyer, and I'll give you the lowest offer possible. So something like that. And then also script. So there are so many scripts online. When I first started, I used Kevin Ward's script. I'll link his channel below. And then also I watched a lot of script with Fearless Agent. I think Fearless Agent is a really good script website as well. Mike Ferry, yeah, he's also another option that you have. And then the fourth thing that's important to practice is the listing presentation. When I first started, I watched Loida's listing presentation video. I've been just practicing on that. And now that, I've been in the business for a while, I kind of incorporate with my own stats and my own little twist with the local market, things that I know. So there are different ways that you can do, but in order for you to get started, Just find somebody on YouTube that they're doing really successful, just kind of mimic what they're doing and practice the script that they already have. The last thing that I think as a new agent, you should study the contract. So in Philadelphia, we used a software called ZipForm, and on ZipForm we have a template for buyers, sellers, and sometimes rental templates. So for the seller, obviously there's the listing contract. You have to know everything that's important on a listing contract. So when you go on a listing presentation, the seller is going to ask you questions. So if you could just know what the contract is about, and then when you present the contract, you go, hey, so this is the contract, and it's 7 pages, but the most important thing in this contract is this, 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 and this. So then I was like, do you have any questions? So that's usually how it goes. When I'm really familiar of the things that I'm talking about, it's like it just shows that confidence. So that comes into the practice that I have before I started to actually deal in those transactions. So all these things that I talked in this video, let's do a recap. The first thing is set up all your social media account. That includes Zillow account, your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook business page. And then it comes to all the practice. There are 5 things that you need to definitely practice. It's role play, objection handler, scripts, listing presentation, and your contract. So I hope this video really demonstrates what a new real estate agent should focus their things on. It gives you an outline of the things that you can go do and practice. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And the next video that I'm going to come up with is how to get real estate leads for new real estate agents. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.